morning, everyone. How's everyone doing today? Good. My name is Gilbert Wong. I'm the mayor for the city of Cupertino. And Cupertino is thrilled to announce AT&T will be expanding their ultra-fast AT&T gigabyte-powered network to our city. Last night, Mr. Marc Blakeman, who is the regional vice president for AT&T in San Francisco, gave a presentation to the Cupertino City Council. I personally am really excited that AT&T has chose the city of Cupertino to bring GigaPower, a fiber ultra-fast network, to the city of Cupertino. This will be the first city in the state of California to have this fiber network, the first city on the West Coast, and the first city west of the Rockies. This is Google's backyard. However, AT&T beat Google to the punch. We have submitted an application to Google. Unfortunately, we were not chosen, but that's okay. I mean, it's all market rate driven. We did not approach AT&T, but AT&T came to us. They met with me and Vice Mayor Rod Sinks and told us about this new product that they have. And instead of giving us a blanket list of let's do this, let's do that, and walk away, they actually asked us, did their product UVerse work here in the city of Cupertino? What does your residents want to do? How can we work collaboratively together? And in over just a very few months, working very hard with our city manager, David Brand, and our public works director, Tim Borden, we were able to put together a package to come here last night to make this major announcement. We understand what advances broadband speeds can do in our community, its citizens, small business, and economic future, and that's why Cupertino is working hard to bring the latest technology to our city. Our city council has made it a high priority to bring high-speed internet fiber broadband to the residents of Cupertino. That's what they're demanding. We're home of Apple Inc. headquarters. As you know, they're expanding with the Apple Campus 2 headquarters. We're renowned for our educational systems with one of the best high school, middle school, and elementary school system. And you look at my 14-year-old daughter, Allison, and what's important to her is that on her iPad, on her iPhone, that, hey, you can get 25 songs down in 1 second. You can download your favorite TV show, which she watches on TV a lot, unfortunately, let me see here, download in 3 seconds, and also you can download your hard drive movie in less than 36 seconds. So time and second is of the essence, and that's what I'm really excited about. We have a list of speakers here, just mainly 2 speakers, and at this time I want to introduce Marc Blakeman, who's a regional vice president for AT&T, to kind of roll out and tell you more of the technical aspects. So, Mr. Blakeman?
Great. Thank you, Mayor Wong, Vice Mayor Sinks. It's a pleasure to be here in Cupertino this morning for this great announcement that AT&T is making today, announcing that we are getting ready to build our GigaPower infrastructure here in Cupertino. As the mayor said, this is ultra fast. It's all fiber. It's a direct fiber to the home network that will allow our customers to have faster access to the internet. And whether they're doing online shopping, whether they're doing business transactions or simply surfing the web, they'll be able to do it at much faster speeds. And as the mayor mentioned, the ability to download 25 songs simultaneously in 1 second, to download your favorite TV show in 3 seconds, or even a high-definition full-feature movie in 36 seconds, just puts those speeds in perspective. As the mayor said, this is the first city that AT&T will be building this infrastructure in the state of California, and that's no surprise when you look at the environment that Cupertino provides companies like ours. Cupertino has long had a history of being very collaborative with companies that are looking to invest in their communities. This was one of the first cities that AT&T launched our UVerse platform in many years ago. And so it was only a natural fit when we heard that this was something that was of interest to the citizens of Cupertino. that we would come here, and as the mayor said, and just 4 months ago, we sat down and met with the mayor and staff to talk about how we might work together to bring this infrastructure to the citizens. So I am happy to announce that we've submitted our permits to the city. We expect to have those reviewed and back to us very quickly so that we can begin the construction phase and then hopefully launch the product offering in 2015. If past history shows anything, when we announced in Austin, Texas, from the date that we announced to the date we actually launched the service was 9 months. And in Dallas-Fort Worth, when we announced there, we were up and running within 6 months. So as we're moving along, we're finding ways to do this more efficiently and faster, and we hope to prove that to be true here in Cupertino as well. So thank you very much, Mayor. Thank you to the citizens of Cupertino and the great staff that you have here in the city that are working with us to bring this to you. And we look forward to working here in the community for many, many months ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark. At this time, I want to introduce some of the city folks who are here that have strongly support this announcement. First, it was Vice Mayor Rod Sinks. Second, we have Councilmember Mark Santoro in the back. Third, we have Councilmember Orrin Mahoney, also in the back. City Manager David Brandt, our Public Affairs Director, Rick Kitson. We also have our Telecommunication, Information, and Communication Commission, Wallace Imura, and also our Cupertino Chamber President, Darcy Paul. So as you can see, this is something that's really important to our city, and we have strong support from both the Chamber, the Commission, the City Council, and the city staff. At this time, I would like to introduce our Vice Mayor, Rod Sinks, to say a few words on how he's excited as well, too. Rod?
Well, thank you, Gilbert. As you said, the City Council has a long history of seeking better connectivity for residents and small businesses, particularly. And a few years ago, we had a Got Fiber campaign, and we didn't at that time quite get fiber. But now we're getting fiber. And one of the things I did in joining the council to reinforce the longstanding message the city had was to attend joint venture Silicon Valley forums. Natasha Ernst and others, Leon, who's here, were setting up these forums for local officials in various municipalities up and down the Bay Area to interact with carriers to talk about the common problems and what we could do to forward the agenda. And I kept talking about how we could, what would it take to incent somebody to come and bring fiber all the way to the home. You know, this has happened in South Korea, it's happened in places in Europe, but not so much in the US. And frankly, it's an issue of competitiveness. We're a community of innovators with folks from all over the world. And we need that great connectivity to be connected to the world and compete on the world stage. So actually, it was just a few months ago in this very room, there was a joint venture event. Mark was there. I happened to be there with a whole bunch of, it was a room full of folks, and I talked about this again, and he said, well, okay, so back in April of this year, about 4 months ago, when AT&T made this announcement, Cupertino got on the list. And we are thrilled that in less than 4 months from the first meeting the city had, Gilbert and I had with city staff at City Hall with Mark and representatives of AT&T, less than 4 months to do the groundwork that will make it possible for this to roll out in an expeditious way. I think you can see that both local government and AT&T in this case have operated at the speed of light. And I think that's very cool. Again, big benefits for small businesses that wouldn't necessarily have don't have the wherewithal to get their own fiber pulled by their own merit. Residences, fiber going all the way to the side of your home to provide that high-speed service. This will be revolutionary for many who require high-speed connections to do their work or engage in play. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Vice Mayor Ross Sings. So at this time, I would like to open questions from the media. I'm here to answer questions as well as Vice Mayor Sings and Marc Blakeman. So if there's any specific questions that you would like to ask about this announcement and rollout, we'd be happy to take those questions if there's any. Yes.
What will the residents see in terms of, trucks rolling around the neighborhood and things like that nature?
I'll probably have Mark answer that question.
So once our permits are approved, we'll begin our construction phase, and it typically will take about a week to actually set a new cabinet in the public right-of-way. That will need to be done. The cabinets are about 3 foot tall, a little over 3 foot tall, and about a little under 2 feet wide. Those cabinets will be placed in various spots around the city that we'll bring the fiber to, and then from that point, fiber will be installed to customers' homes. And then once you install or call to order the service, you'll need to have a fiber line installed from that new cabinet into your home. So the construction is actually fairly minimal. Once the construction starts, we're able to get in and out relatively quickly.
How's that, are you guys going to be replacing UVerse cabinets, or are they in conjunction with UVerse cabinets?
This will actually be a new cabinet that will be bringing the fiber directly to the home. So UVerse will still exist and still be offered in Cupertino, and this will be a new service offering on top of UVerse.
Any other questions?
Yes, sir.
I think Vice Mayor mentioned something about other countries having faster internet access. Is this going to make Cupertino as well as the U.S. up to on par with other countries like Japan, South Korea?
So obviously this is AT&T's part of bringing faster internet connectivity to our customers and to our residents. It's a matter of demand. Our customers are now seeking this. There are more and more people that are using wireless devices, wired devices for their connectivity, and using the internet in ways that we never dreamt of that it would be used even years ago, let alone decades ago. So yes, this is a continued meeting that customer demand as we continue to bring out faster speeds to meet that demand. Anyone else?
Yes, sorry.
Okay.
I'm the impact to the Comcast company. If most residents in the Bay Area has to choose the Comcast company about the latest TV program, and the average speed is 300 to 500. Actually, it's lower than these. So, what do you think? Is it any impact to once you build the?
Sure. Well, I can't speak to the impact of other companies of what this means, but again, it is a competitive market. There are many players out there that offer broadband connectivity, and you'll have to ask them about what this means to them. But indeed, this will be the fastest speeds that are on the market as of now in Cupertino once we're up and running.
One more question. So Google is also offer the same speed, the service. So what do you think? Is they compare them with them, or like the same way with the Google Go?
I'm not 100% sure if I can answer that completely. I don't know if the mayor or vice mayor know of what other providers are in town.
So the city of Cupertino is always about fair market, maybe Google or Verizon or AT&T. We have to only work with who comes before us and who's willing to provide service for us. And right now, AT&T has stepped up to the plate. So comparison-wise, we can compare all you want. But today, what we're being offered today is that AT&T is willing to step up to the plate, willing to bring gigabyte power to the residents of Cupertino. So that's something that you would probably have to ask that provider on the technical of comparison that, since they're not here in town and we only have AT&T, then we have to work with AT&T. But AT&T is not afraid of competition. We encourage competition. and it's not an exclusive. But again, we have to have a level playing field, and AT&T has been very upfront with us. And I would have to say that, maybe even 90 days is the fast turnaround that we have. I got a lot of questions, asking when is the implementation. And I think Marc did a very good job by using concrete examples out in Texas of 6 to 9 months. And I challenge our city staff and AT&T to beat that record out in Dallas and in Austin. They already have UVerse laid out here, and we have been working very closely together and ensure with the innovation that we have here in the city that hopefully we can lay that out without making sure that we address all of our neighborhood concerns, because that's our number one concern, is that to making sure that when we place these boxes, to have them strategically located, to have the maximum outreach to our community, but also meet the needs of their concerns as well too, just as we did with the UVerse outreach as well too, because outreach to our citizens, we have a great service, but we want to make sure that we do it right, and AT&T wants to make sure that we do it right as well too. Any other questions? With that, I want to say thank you very much. You have a lot of council members, you have a lot of commissioners, you have a lot of the chamber here that'll be happy to give you individual interviews. Again, I'm just very excited on behalf of the residents of Cupertino, on behalf of the Cupertino City Council, to work in partnership with AT&T. We're really excited about this rollout. If you have any additional questions, Alex, who's the Public Affairs Director for AT&T, is here. We also have Rick Kitson from the City of Cupertino, who's our Public Affairs Director as well too. So thank you very much for coming this morning. We're really excited to work closely with AT&T and the City of Cupertino. So thank you very much, and good afternoon, or good morning.